Welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. It is 60 degrees out. Weather like this gives you a little bounce in your step. I got a bunch of stuff to do this afternoon, and then I need to get ready for a little trip I'm going to take tomorrow morning. I think it could be the deal of the century. I can't believe how fast things are drying up around here. We had a lot of frost in the ground, but had a lot of wind and some sunlight, and things are drying up fast. Unfortunately, though, I think it's going to rain pretty much all day tomorrow, but a couple nice days, things will be good to go. getting a start on things here. That's some beautiful cherry. But you know, when I was splitting this wood, I got to thinking, if I could go back in time and tell my younger self something, I mean, I would have a very long list. But one of the things on that list would be this: don't pound nails into trees. That's one of the things I'd tell myself. We never thought much about it when we were younger. Now I've got a sawmill, cut lots of firewood, and occasionally run into a nail. But, you know, when we were younger, we would build tree stands. I mean, some of these things were sketch, but we'd just get a bunch of 16-penny nails, whatever we could round up, start hammering steps onto a tree, build a little platform, and make a tree stand. But out on the property, there's probably the remnants of at least 10 tree stands out there. None of them are safe to climb up in. I mean, not one. It is actually warm today, and I'm not complaining one bit. It's just a beautiful day. There's people driving around with their tops down on their convertibles. But I noticed something. I'm over here splitting wood, and I'd feel a real cool breeze every once in a while. The wind is blowing this direction right here. It's these logs. The logs have not warmed up yet. It was so cold for so long. It's cold inside there, and you get that breeze through here, and brings a nice cool air. Look at this thing. I should have Levi bring some buckets down here. These maple trees, sap's coming out of them. See that dripping? That's coming from inside. But anyway, right now I need to head up to the house. I got a couple things to take care of up there, and then I have to get ready because I'm leaving real early tomorrow morning. I need to fill up the Super Duty, hook up my trailer. I may even have to go buy a few more straps. But what I'm doing, I'm headed over to Ohio, just this side of Columbus. It's like 2 hours and 40 minutes is the drive. And I'm not sure about this. It may be a great deal, and tomorrow afternoon when I'm on my way home, I'll be happy, or it could be a horrible decision. I'm not sure yet. What I'm gonna buy is a bunch of those wire baskets, the nice wire baskets, not IBC cages, but the ones that have the part of them folds down. What I'm looking for is something for bundle firewood and pizza wood that I can put in the kiln, and I have a couple of these. And I mean, they're expensive. If you go to if you buy them online, they're like $250 a piece. Well, this company, they went out of business, I guess. Someone bought the place, and they have like 300 of them. And they're used, but they're selling them for $20 a piece, which is a steal. The most I can get on my trailer is probably 20 of them. Unless they are collapsible, which they couldn't even tell me if they're collapsible or not. If they are, I can fit a whole bunch more. And at $20 a pop, I'll buy all of them. Everything that I can fit, put it that way. And I talked to the guy again today. I talked to him last Friday, and he said they got a whole bunch of them, but they're selling fast. I said, well, I'll come over right now. He said, well, there's not going to be anyone there till Wednesday, which is tomorrow morning. He said, call me before you come over. So I just got off the phone with him. And he said, yeah, they got a bunch of them, but they're selling fast. I said, I'll be there first thing tomorrow morning. He said, that's fine. So hopefully it's not a wasted trip. If it is, I can always stop at Cabela's on the way back. One thing I'm going to do real quick, I got this pile here. I was using this for the ice storms. There's just a little bit left. I want to get rid of that, kind of reclaim that parking spot. So we'll take care of that. Pretty nice day, isn't it?
Beautiful. Beautiful. I'll take 10 more of these.
I know. It's going to rain all day tomorrow, but...
Oh, yeah? Well, enjoy today.
How's it going, Hunter? Say hi to everyone. He must want Laundry.
I went Dinner.
Dinner.
Hey, it's Mardi Gras.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I don't pay much attention to that. Do you hear there's people like shooting guns and stuff? I think it's celebratory gunfire. It's so nice out.
Woo! That's true. We should do that. That would be a great way to celebrate.
All kind of excitement around here. Bunch of fire trucks headed out the road. I just find, I mean, a lot of fire trucks, it's a shed that's on fire just down the road a little bit. But this will give me a chance to play around with this 4-in-1 bucket a little bit. I was reading some comments the other day. Apparently, everyone in Australia uses one of these. I did not know that. Guys were talking about it. See, that's all they run in Australia is these 4-in-1 buckets. I'm going to go spread this on the driveway a little bit. I'll be back in a minute. So I just spread that bucket like I normally do, like this. I think I can do a better job than opening up the 4-in-1. I'm just not, you know, I'm not used to it yet, I guess, but I'll figure it out. Let's try something here. I just want to see. Yeah, that's pretty handy. Look at that. And I can pull my pile back. Wonder if I could, what happens if I close it now? Yeah. It's not too shabby, you know? It's amazing how when it just starts to, you know, dry up a little bit, how much better everything looks. Towards the end of winter, it's always gray and brown and nasty, but things will shape up pretty quick this year. All right, gonna go get some fuel, but it looks like the fire is out or wasn't much, but there had to have been, I don't know how many fire trucks, police cars, all this stuff. Shed is over this way about a half mile or so. I don't see any smoke, and I've been seeing the fire trucks headed back to town, so all good. So I just got fuel, 29.05 gallons. I set my trip odometer when I went out to Messick's. Then I drove around a little bit, you know, the last couple days. 523 miles. The truck is showing 19.2 miles per gallon. Let's see what it is. 523.7 divided by 29.05. Yeah, actual is only 18 miles per gallon. I said the other day that was real accurate. Not exactly. All right, I just got back to the house. I got some fuel, picked up some more ratchet straps. I'm gonna go down and get my trailer so I don't have to do that in the morning, and I will report back from the road. All right, it is 5:31 a.m. I got on the road a few minutes ago. Just stopped at Sheets, headed to Ohio. It's been raining all morning. Hopefully we get out of this shortly. All right, I've had a good trip so far. I got out of the rain about an hour ago. It was kind of hit or miss, but I should be there in about 15 minutes. And by the way, I did not find this listing on my own. This actually came from a viewer of the channel. His name is James. So James, I appreciate it. It was a good tip, and hopefully it works out. All right, I'm almost there. Don't know what to expect. Hopefully I don't see like 50 trucks and trailers all loaded up with crates and none left. He told me to be here by 9. It's 8:29 right now. There's a lot of trucks here. It looks like they're loading out equipment out of this business. Sunfield.
You have arrived.
All right. Good news, bad news. They don't have any of the big ones left, but they've got a bunch of the small ones left, and they are collapsible. So I can get a whole bunch. All right. I got 31 baskets. Now these break down. I'll show you what they look like put together when we get back to the house. Load's a little bit sketch, but I think it's going to be just fine. I mean, I can't move anything at all. It's tight, but I'm going to have to stop a couple times on the way home. First stop, maybe after about, a half hour down the road. I'll take it easy. But I think they're good to go. These are really nice crates. A couple of them had a few small bends in them, but everything functioned. We had to break them all down. But yeah, 31 of them. So I was curious about what this place was, and I looked it up. They're definitely out of business. It was called Sunfield Inc. And they made seat components, chassis components, brake components, steering components, drivetrain and suspension parts for automotive manufacturers. But they had a long history of OSHA fines and things like that. Then during COVID, supply chain stuff, I don't know the whole story, but between all the safety violations, COVID, I'm not sure when they went out of business. The people that I was dealing with are just kind of liquidating everything in there, but they are loading out these huge presses. I mean, big, heavy stuff. There's been some oversized loads coming out of here, but I think this will be the last time I'm at Sunfield Inc. near Columbus, Ohio. But once again, thanks to the viewer that gave me the tip on this place. I'm anxious to show you what these look like. You understand what I'll use them for when we get back to the house. I'm going to take my time on the way back, keep my eye on the load. I just did a few hot laps around the parking lot. I can't even hear anything rattling, so that's a good sign. All right, I've been on the road for about a half hour. Everything looks good, but I'm going to pull over, double check the load. We'll continue on. Everything looks good. All right, pulling into Cabela's. This place brings back memories. Back when I worked in oil and gas, actually the early days in that industry, I would come to this Cabela's probably on average 3 times a week, because we would meet in this parking lot and go from there. Like if we were having a bid run, say we were going to look at a new pad that we were going to build, I'd have all the contractors meet here at Cabela's parking lot because everybody knew where it was, and then we would go from here. And sometimes we'd have meetings right here in the parking lot, and I often would just kind of, nice to go in and walk around a little bit, get out of the truck for a bit, which is what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to head in. All right, just got in the truck here. I took a walk through Cabela's. All I got was a few boxes of 243 shells, actually for daughter Eva. So we're about an hour and 20 minutes from home. Yeah. All right, got back to the house a little bit ago, heading down to the wood yard here. We'll get unloaded. I'll show you what these baskets look like put together, and we're going to go over the math on what these things cost new and what I have invested in these baskets. right, I just unloaded the baskets. I think I said there are 31 of them. This is not their permanent home. Just want to get them off the trailer. But this is what they look like when they're put together. They're very nice. This side here will fold down, but these will be perfect for like pizza firewood. And, you know, you could stack 4 or 5 baskets high, put these in the kiln and kiln dry them. You get plenty of airflow. I think they'll work out fantastic. I really do. But before I forget, I want to tell you something. I need to thank a couple people. So Jim, or James, I think he goes by Jim, that emailed me the lead on these. I really appreciate it, Jim. And today I met another guy, Josh. I walked into this place over there, and some guy looks at me and he said, "I didn't expect to see you here." And it's weird to me sometimes when I go out places and people recognize me. I'm always thinking I'm kind of flying under the radar, but at least 4 or 5 times a week I run into someone that watches our channel. But anyway, I met this guy Josh, and he does a lot of firewood over in Ohio, about 100 cords a year. And he was only about 15 minutes from that place, and he was just getting strapped down, ready to leave. I met him, we chatted for a few minutes. He said, "Hey, I'll go in and help you break these down," because they had them stacked up, I think 6 high. The forklift would lift them off, and they're pretty heavy. They're not that big. They're probably about 80 pounds a piece. He'd set them on the ground, and we collapsed them so I could fit more on the trailer. And Josh helped me the entire time, so I really appreciate that, Josh. Him and his son watch our channel. All right, so I did some math, and this is pretty interesting, actually. I looked these up online. They're $150 each. I got 31 of them. So that comes out to $4,000. Let me look here. $4,650 if I were to buy all these brand new. And I wouldn't do that for firewood, but I would definitely pay $20 a piece. So I spent $620 on these, and I said, you know, if I'd bought them new, it would be $4,650. But there are more expenses involved besides just paying for these. I drove 364 miles today. This Super Duty right here cost me, best as I can tell, 89 cents a mile. It's expensive to own and operate this truck, which is why I drive that blue Subaru pretty much everywhere. Unless I need this truck, very seldom do I just take it out, you know, for a little trip to the store. Sometimes I do, but not very often. So this truck cost me 89 cents a mile. That includes fuel, ownership costs, insurance, and maintenance. I think it's a pretty good number. So with that being said, I spent $323 with this truck today. I pay myself $25 an hour. I have basically 10 hours wrapped up into this, so that's $250 more dollars. And I paid $620 for them. That all comes to $1,193.96. Okay, so if you subtract that from the $4,650, I'm looking at a savings, you know, if I were to buy them new, of $3,456.04. So I think that's a pretty good deal. I do. I have spreadsheets for everything, like all the equipment. I know what my costs are per hour. Vehicles like this truck cost per mile. It just gives you a good idea. You know, you see these things like on Facebook Marketplace and like, oh, that's a good deal. I always do the math before I make a trip like that. Now, this one was a little sketch, but, you know, you could think you're getting a good deal, but once you factor everything in, you spend a whole day going to get them, your fuel, your maintenance, all that stuff. I like to figure all that out and know where I'm at. You know what I mean? So if you ever want to hear or see a video on that, I have a cost breakdown on all the equipment. I do. I'm pretty particular about that. And like I said, I pay myself $25 an hour. It's probably not enough for a guy this caliber, but that's what I do. So, but anyway, I think that's about it for today's video. I do. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think so. Appreciate y'all being here. I'll catch you on the next one.